Just general stuff or just candidates? Just
We've
whatever.
done candidates. I've interviewed just people who are here at the fair who
Oh,
wanted
cool.
to talk about what their concerns are. So
Oh, sure. Awesome.
yeah, it's been good. All right, we're live. Well, welcome back to another Red Quill Media podcast. We are coming to you live from the Last Chance Stampede here, and I've got a pretty special guest on with me. So, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you for letting me be on here. My name is Brent Colbert. I'm running for county commissioner here in Helena and Lewis and Clark County.
Wonderful. So, tell us a little bit. What's your platform and your key priorities if you get elected?
Well, key priorities, what I'm running my campaign on is infrastructure, preparedness, and being proactive instead of reactive.
Okay. So, what are some of the more specific ways that you see that you can be proactive when it comes to infrastructure?
So what I put infrastructure on in my platform, if you look around Lewis and Clark County, we have aging buildings. Most of the buildings that are in charge of Lewis and Clark County are 100 to 150 years old. We've got 1,500 miles of road that the county takes care of. And on those roads are about 110 bridges and culverts that are all aging. Being proactive on that. I think the Public Works Department for the county does a great job with what they have, but I think they can do better. I think if they use a more robust maintenance schedule for all of those things and do little bits at a time instead of hitting taxpayers with a huge chunk of money right for one thing if a bridge fails or something
Right.
like that, knowing that you're going to keep that up for a while, just little bits at a time. So it's
Yeah,
not
so
hitting
kind of
every.
looking ahead.
Yeah.
What is one of the biggest struggles that you see with the current commission, and how do you think that you could help improve that?
I think one of the bigger struggles that they have now is kind of what I'm saying is being more proactive, being ready, being leaders. I'm not saying that they're not leaders, but being more of a proactive leader.
Yeah.
We have emergencies that happen, and when emergencies happen, it's not just the first responders that take care of that. It's all the leaders in the county, because you have to be able to direct people where they need to go. You need to be fiscally responsible during those emergencies, that kind of thing, and take care of the people.
Yeah. So I imagine, I've been talking to a lot of voters during my campaign, and I
Sure.
imagine you've been doing the same. What have you heard are some of the recurring concerns that individual voters have been bringing to you?
I think the biggest one that I've heard is the don't raise my property taxes,
Right.
and I agree with that. Property owner, obviously,
Yeah.
but having, as you know, the money comes from the people for these things, and if you're a little bit more responsible with the maintenance, as I was saying, and you're not hitting people that hard and little chunks at a time instead of big hits.
Right.
I think that's gonna help out a little bit when you do have to ask for more money, and you will. I would try not to, but you will.
Right. So then, as far as some of our listeners are concerned, what is the jurisdiction that the county commission has over property taxes compared to like the legislature?
So the property taxes, that's kind of a as we found out over the last year or so, that the property taxes are mandated by the state, but we collect them. So it's kind of, and that's where we get our money, but we can only do so much by MCA as a county for property taxes.
Yeah.
So when they do get something back, that kind of loses back and forth. It's kind of a catch up game kind of a deal. So
Right.
yeah.
So one thing that I find interesting about the commissions is both at the county and city level, they're nonpartisan races.
Correct.
So during your campaign, um, how do you handle that? Are you open about your personal beliefs on where that you might lie there, or do you truly try and keep it um, neutral?
I have very much tried to keep it neutral. I really have. It's nonpartisan for a reason. I believe that should be.
Hmm.
Um, it's hard, as you probably could tell, trying to keep it that way,
For sure.
because everybody goes like, I know it's nonpartisan, but which side are you on? I I have to be neutral. I have to
Right.
be for everybody. So that's
Yeah.
the way I try to keep it.
So then, because of that, what are some of the ways that you've been intentional about making sure that voters can kind of gauge what your key core values are or your principles? Or I guess, how are you marketing yourself so that people can really get to know you and the sort of things you would stand for?
Um, I'm looking more for community commitment and common sense. That that's what I have my platform that I'm running on, but those are my values that I'm running in my campaign with a high point of common sense.
Yeah,
So
I think that's great. And it seems like some days common sense isn't too common anymore.
it's
So
it's it's tough at times for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are some of the other concerns besides, infrastructure and property taxes that people have been coming to you with?
Uh, Obviously, the big question is the unhoused, the homeless.
Yeah,
Um, that's a big question that people are wanting, and that's a question across the whole United States. So if
right.
we had the answer to that question, I think we'd all be in good shape. So
Yeah,
I think we just need to be good partners and support the people who are able to, the people who have the right avenues and the right connections to get these people where they need to be,
hmm,
um, with shelter,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
And do you see that being a government initiated program to help get people off the streets?
I,
Or are you saying that you would like to see more private groups kind of rise up to the bar?
I would like to see that, and I would like to see the local government support the ones that are already in place, such as Salvation Army and
Right.
the Friendship Center, which is great for here today.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a super one, because as you can see, I think we need to. Uh, in my career that I have right now, and it's not 100%, but a lot of the people that we run into in the career I have now, they're homeless, or they're homeless for a few reasons. They have mental health issues, and they have addiction issues.
Yeah.
So I think if we can take care of some of those things, that'll take care of a lot. But I think local government needs to support the people that are already in that venue.
I think that's great. Um, So one thing that I've run into as I'm campaigning in my race is I talk to a lot of people who don't necessarily the difference in jurisdiction between things like the city commission versus the county commission versus even to the point of state versus federal politics.
Sure.
And I think some of it can be a little bit vague sometimes, and
Sure.
sometimes we see commissions kind of probably stepping outside of their jurisdiction, and I think we see the same thing from the legislature. So what are some of the things that you would be intentional about to try and maintain a healthy separation of powers?
Well, the county commission is supporting all of the county departments and offices, and I think that's where they need to stay and make
Yeah.
sure that the budget is uh, healthy, and make sure we keep an eye on that and the spending.
Yeah, keep it in its lane.
Correct.
As far as budget and spending goes, I know you touched on how that applies to infrastructure, but what are some of the other major things that the commission funds?
They're in
Just to
charge.
kind of go through a line item list.
Sure. You have You mean like the different offices, that kind of
Yeah.
thing that they do? So obviously, first responders such as the sheriff's office, they have their own budget and they are in charge of their own budget, but the county commission is in charge of the county's budget. So they approve all the budgets from all of the offices and all of the departments in the county.
So then, outside of being proactive with infrastructure to make sure that citizens aren't hit with a major increase in taxes to fix something, what are some of the ways that you see you being able to decrease, um, I guess, the commission spending?
I just think being good partners and having good communication with all of the offices and
Yeah.
the departments in the county, but not only just in the county, but a lot of times the county is partnered with the city of Helena and keeping good relationships with them, I think will help.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Communication always helps. When people stop talking is when problems start happening.
Yep. If you stay in your office, you don't know anybody and you don't get anything done.
Yep.
So
Well, this has been a great conversation. Thanks
Yeah.
for jumping on the podcast. Before we wrap up,
sure.
what's kind of your final mission statement, why people should vote for you?
Well, I've lived here. I was born and raised in Lewis and Clark County in Helena. Been here my whole life, other than when I went into the military. Came back here, raised my family here. I've been working for the citizens of Lewis and Clark County for 31 years, and I love to continue to do that as the next county commissioner. And as I said earlier, bring some common sense to our local government.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. As always, this is Red Quill Media. You can find us live on Facebook and YouTube. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, New Vision Thrift Store, who provided the beautiful set you see us at. As always, I'm Katie Fruits, candidate for House District 80, and these conversations are just great because this is, it's important to sit down and talk with people, hear what people's concerns are, but also when we do conversations like this, it's so that you guys, the voters, can better know who is running in your district, especially in races where it can be a little trickier to find out what's going on, like state legislature or your commission races. So with that, stop by, give us a visit. We'll be here at the fair all day long, and we would love to see you.
Awesome, Katie. I appreciate you.
Great job.
Thank you.